Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the handling irrelevant data. Till now we have discussed about the exploratory data analysis, variable identification, univariate analysis, bivariate analysis and multivariate analysis. So from previous video I had started to discuss about the data cleaning. So in data cleaning we have covered handling duplicate data. So today we are going to discuss about the handling irrelevant data. In our next video, we will also cover structural errors, handling missing value and handling outlier. Then we will discuss the feature engineering part. So let's start our today's topic, irrelevant data. As we know what is the irrelevant data, we store the data from different sources to our data storage location. It could be S3 or it could be Azure Blob or your data lake, anything. So once we store the data from different sources to our data storage location, so due to that we don't know which data is useful or which data is not useful. So what we used to do, we collect all the data from the different sources and just dump at a particular location. So what happened, because we don't know, because we are not a domain expert, so we as a data engineer, we just pick the data and dump at particular location, or could be data warehouse, your data lake, your Hadoop file system, so it could be anything. So we store data at this particular place. So after that what happened, I am a data scientist. I am a data scientist and I am working on one business problem. So what I will do, I will pick the data as per my requirement, because this storage has a millions of data. We can say the millions of columns, millions of the rows. So we don't know, as a data engineer, we don't know which column would be required for what purpose. So as a data scientist, we know which column would be required for our business problem. So what we used to do, we pick our required data from this particular storage and start our analysis. Because initially we also don't have too much details about the column. So what we used to do, we pick some extra columns. For our business problem, because we don't know what the column would be required initially. So what we used to do, we are working on a banking domain problem, and data is coming from different sources. So what we used to do, we pick some more relevant data. And start our analysis. So during our analysis, we also found that there are some more irrelevant data which also not be required for our business problem. We pick 1000 columns. So during our analysis, we pick about 1000 columns which might be required for our business problem. So while doing the analysis, we found that there are some irrelevant data which is also not required for our business problem. Just like, let's one example here. I am working on a HR domain problem. And I have to predict what could be the salary of the employee at particular region. I am working on a UK region, so I want to predict what could be the salary of the employee, what could be the salary we can provide to the upcoming recruitment in the UK region. So what we used to do, we pick the data for our analysis. So what we pick one column, we can say the region. So in region, we can say that there are the different regions we have, like UK, and we can say the Asia Pacific, US, Australia, and different regions we have. What we are doing, we are going to solve the business problem only related to the UK region, and these columns we also picked. So what we will do, we will remove this column because these are not relevant for our business problem. So same way, I am working one in sales type of the project. We have to predict the sales. So in that case, what I did, this is your customer's name, customer name column, and here is your like purchase history. Here is your his purchase history, what type of the product he purchased and what type of the total amount he purchased. So employee name, we can say the employee name doesn't have any relevance in our problem, because these are the unique value and it doesn't have any relevance with our problem. So what we will do, we will remove this column and we will try to analyze our problem by using some other columns. So we used to remove these type of the column which doesn't have any relevance with our business problem. So we are analyzing data about the general health population, and the phone number wouldn't be necessary column, but we are analyzing the health of the population. So the phone number, because phone number doesn't have any relevance information related to the population health. So we will delete this particular column during our analysis. If we are interested in only one particular country, we wouldn't need to include all other countries, as we had discussed during our HR related problem, where we remove all other regions except UK. Same thing it is described here. If we are sure that piece of the data is unimportant, so we may drop it. Otherwise, explore the correlation matrix between the features variable. It means this is your feature, this is your column, and this is your labels, and this is your feature. So what we will do, we will try to get a correlation between these two. If there is a positive correlation and have a magnitude greater than around our threshold value, then we will pick this column, and we will also discuss with domain expert. Might be this column, as per our understanding, we are thinking that this column is not required. But once we will discuss with domain expert, in that case domain expert will provide us a better suggestion, because he is a domain expert on that particular area, so he knows all the integrity inside that particular column. So it's better to, before deleting any column, if you are a domain expert, then you can take decision at your end. But if you are not a domain expert, it's always suggested that just discuss with the domain expert before removing any column or finalizing your features. So it's always recommended that try to include a domain expert during our analysis. If we notice that there is no correlation, we should ask the domain expert, as I told you. Same thing is mentioned here. So now let's discuss some example here which I have mentioned here. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna import the pandas library first. Then I'm going to import the Titanic dataset. DF Titanic head we are going to display. So here you can see that name column doesn't have any relevance information as per our understanding. So what we will do, if you see here, this doesn't have any relevance information. Also the ticket number, as per our understanding, doesn't have any relevance information. So what we will do, we will drop this column, as we have dropped these two columns, and final columns are these columns. But because we did this step, we dropped all these columns without taking any help from the domain expert, right? So might be we can make some mistake. So that's why I am telling you, just discuss with the domain expert. As you can see here we can see that Mr. and Mrs. and Miss, there are some relevance information we can find inside this particular name. Like if we will extract some useful information from this name, like whether this is Miss, whether he is married, whether he is not married. So these type of the information we can get from this particular name. Got my point? So that's why I am telling, just discuss with the domain expert, because without discussing we have deleted this. So it's always recommended to discuss with the domain expert. So these type of the information we used to delete or drop with the help of domain expert. So these are called as irrelevant data. I hope this video would be helpful for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a nice day.